Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
Wait, no, sorry, I'm not married to that.
That was really stupid.
Let's try this one again.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And this is Not Married to This.
Okay, Joe, my show's about to start. Welcome to Not Married to This. No, wait, I want to start it again.
Yeah, you want a better intro. You have to do your little
again.
intro. Do it again.
Ready?
Yeah.
We're back.
There you go. Well done.
Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Do you know what that's from?
Yeah.
What's it from, Joe?
Is it Kris Kardashian?
No, but close. It is from the Kardashians. I actually don't know which one says it.
Okay.
But it was like their season intro one time.
Yeah.
You want to give it a try? We're back.
We're back. We missed you. Did you miss us?
I love that.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. I'm married to that. This is episode 2 of Not Married to This. We're in our studio. How do you feel?
We're in
What?
studio the whole time. This is how Serena talks from now on. It feels good. Honestly, I love this studio. I'm happy to be here.
It's so cozy.
I know.
It feels like a living room, but better than the one that we live in.
Yeah, well, we designed it to be like a living room that we would like to have. Yes,
it's aspirational for us. Yeah. I'm excited. We are back from Austin. How are you feeling?
I feel lovely. I will say I am, my body is acclimating to being normal again. When you go on those like 4 days of drinks, not drink as much, drink, out to eat, dinner, it kind of runs through you.
I would really rather you didn't phrase it that way, but I get what you're saying.
I don't have diarrhea.
Oh my God. No one was wondering that.
I don't.
No one was wondering that. But yeah, I went to the gym yesterday and I was feeling it too. Yeah. It was a very fun weekend though. First time in Austin. I feel like it was a great way to celebrate the launch of our podcast too, because it was like announced we were with Unwell, first episode dropped, and then we literally got in a plane and went away with Unwell for the weekend to kind of celebrate with their team at Southby.
Yeah, it was my second time in Austin. Yeah. I love Austin.
You didn't like it as much though the first time you went.
Well, it was hard because we went on a bachelor party with like 9 guys and it was hard to book dinner reservations. And my favorite part about Austin, I think they have some really, really great restaurants. That all-day pizza we went to for lunch was incredible.
We didn't make it back to that restaurant you wanted to go to that you guys got kicked out of on the bachelor party.
No, I did not.
Too traumatized?
Yeah, well, we got kicked out because we walked in and everyone was being very loud and they're like, you guys can't be loud. And then everyone's like, what do you mean it's a restaurant? What do you mean we can't be loud? And I was like, oh, no. So they kicked us out.
Probably for the best.
But I really want to go to Birdie's in Austin.
Oh, we didn't make it there.
We did not because it's really hard to get a reservation. But that is supposedly the best restaurant in Austin right now.
We went to, Joe was calling it LA barbecue, but it's called La Barbecue. And that was so good.
Yeah, it was really good.
But that food will make you feel like you want to die.
It'll run right through you.
Oh, no.
Should we talk about the play? when we go
Joe's like, change the topic.
When we go over what we're going to talk about on this podcast, the plane was something we talked about, but it was kind of boring. The plane.
What are you talking about? What you asked? Should we talk about the plane? And then immediately said, "But that's boring. I don't want to talk about that."
I do that a lot. I have an idea and I instantly shit on it.
I know. Don't get insecure on me.
Okay, so the plane.
Now I feel insecure. No, the flight there. Joe was sitting in front of me. He was in row 1 in the window seat and I was in row 2 in the window seat. And we were laughing because there was these 2 girls on the other side of the aisle that were talking so loud, but about something really juicy, just not loud enough that I could hear.
Well, I was watching Mormon Wives and listening to them kind of at the same time. And I'm like, I should probably stop Mormon Wives and listen to this conversation.
I did stop it at one point because I was like, I can't focus on 2 things at once, first of all. Second of all, the lady sitting behind them was getting so mad. I thought that she was going to lose it on them. So I was like, I actually need to pause the Mormons fighting with each other so I can lock in on this live action.
Okay, plane etiquette, right? I don't have an issue if you are gabbing, talking, and you're a little on the, as long as you're not too loud, if it's an afternoon flight. And it was an afternoon flight.
It was a 1 p.m. flight.
If it's a night flight or an early morning flight, then you need to shut the fuck up. Those are the rules, right?
I agree.
And when the plane lands, you wait till the people in front of you get up and exit the plane before you jump in front of them.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree more. There's nothing that makes me more mad than if I'm in row 2 and someone's in row 3 and they're trying to shove past me, like shoulder wedge in front of me. Honestly, trip them.
Yeah.
Trip them. Like, you
I said
to
I'll
fall
lay down.
flat
I'll lay
on your
down
face.
in the aisle.
Yeah, lay down in the aisle. Like, there's no chance you're getting past me right now because, trip them. You seriously can't tell me that 3-second difference.
You do not have the balls to trip someone up.
I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm saying that I would be within my rights to do so because that behavior is ridiculous. Because that 3-second difference is not changing your life in row 3.
Facts, girl. Speak
Thank
up.
you. Oh my God.
Speak your mind.
Yes, speak your mind.
Speak your mind.
But anyway, we got there, we got to the hotel, and as per usual, when we land somewhere warm, Joe decided that was the perfect time to take off all his clothes and go lay out in the sun as quickly as possible.
Okay. I didn't take off all my clothes. I put on shorts. And when I get somewhere warm, coming from a cold climate, the first thing I like to do is get a little suntan. So I feel comfortable and I feel good going out that night. If you feel good and you look good, it'll be a great night.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly. I just think it's so funny. Like, no matter where we're going, we'll be still on the plane, like deboarding. Joe will be like, hey, just want to let you know, like, I got to get a tan. So, like, I really want, like, that is, he's establishing that as like the number one priority before we do anything. I'm like, I need to get there. I need to order some food or go grab lunch. Food's always my number one priority, actually.
Food's yours. I'm super anxious about not being tan.
No, you are.
It's like a serious, I think it's just from when I was young, like just like, it was always part of like
gym tan laundry.
It was part of my culture.
You're just part of your culture.
It was always part of my culture.
But you know what? Your dad is also super concerned about being tan,
I'm
too.
like, I know. My dad used to go to the tanning bed all the time. Thank God I stopped going to the tanning bed after high school.
You might have not made it this far. It's so bad,
really
for you.
Yeah. I don't need to be in the sun for long. Just like a 45-minute sun kiss.
It'll be like UV1 and he'll look at me dead ass and say, am I tan? Can you tell? Like, do I look like I got some serious color? Like, I feel like I might have a burn right now. Like, you couldn't look more the same.
I'm not trying to burn. I just want a little bit of a tan. Okay.
I support you.
Thank
and
you.
I'm with you.
Moving on.
What do you think of Southby?
I had fun at the Unwell house. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a good time.
I liked when we were standing there. It was Saturday night. The place was slammed. And we're just like drinking, hanging out. And then they walk up to us with 2 mics and like, okay, get on stage and introduce Alex. Like,
yeah.
All right.
We're like, okay, thanks.
That was fun, though.
That was so fun.
I always get like a little bit of a rush when we do something like that.
Yeah, because the reality is we're podcasters. We like being in front of a mic. We literally are doing this for our job. So I'm always down to be handed a mic.
You know what I did the night before? Because we were drinking and then we were at dinner. Yeah. And I got a Bloody Mary at night, which I never do, to get ahead of my hangover.
And how did that work out for you?
I actually think it might have worked.
The fact that you think tequila mixed with some spicy tomato water was going to cure your hangover, you kept drinking after it.
I had 1 drink after it, but let me explain to you what I believe that it does. I believe that the tomato juice and the spice push out the alcohol out of your body.
Yeah.
You don't think that's true?
This isn't a science podcast, thank God, because we'd be canceled immediately. No, because the reason that Bloody Mary is a hangover cure is because it's the hair of the dog the next morning, and Bloody Marys are like an acceptable breakfast drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
well, could you imagine if this was science? Joe and Serena.
Joe and Serena, science.
Wow.
Today's segment is brought to you by Ashley.
This is our brand new studio, hooked up by Ashley in the pieces. I love them.
We wanted to go for an elevated living room aesthetic for this studio, and Ashley really stepped up to help that vision come to life. The studio really feels like Joe and I's style. It's actually nicer than our current apartment. Like, I want to move into this studio instead of where we're living. The Ashley pieces are so affordable, they're so durable, while also feeling really elevated and chic.
And you can wash them, which is key, because your hair sheds a lot, actually. It's funny because we were just talking about last night how when it comes to just like putting furniture or building anything, I'm basically incapable.
You're useless. Visit your local Ashley store or head to ashley.com to find your style. But I was happy to get home. I love getting home. I love my own bed. I love laying on our couch under my cozy blankie. And it was the Oscars. I also love award season.
I liked how the short film guy that won threw shade at Timothy Chalamet about the the ballet and the opera comment that he made. Yeah, no, he came for him. He said, Timmy, I'm going to come for you on the stage right now, and I don't even care. I hope Timothy Chalamet doubles down and he's like, yeah, I think short form film is a dying
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. We were away obviously this weekend, so we didn't watch a ton of TV other than our favorite Harry Potter reruns, which are always on TV, and they come so clutch.
Every time I'm at a hotel, Harry Potter is on at night, and then I just throw it on.
Anytime you're anywhere. I mean, Harry Potter's on 24/7, and that's the beauty of Harry Potter is you can always count on it to be there for you.
We watched
Love Story, though.
Love Story.
We had like an hour of downtime, and we watched the newest episode of Love Story.
Yeah.
What did you think? We didn't even really talk about it.
What do you mean, what do I think?
What do you think? No? Okay. Let me tee it up better for you.
No, what was the first?
Okay, well, the last two episodes we watched where they got married.
Yeah.
And now Carolyn Bessette is having a breakdown and JFK Jr. is not really doing anything about it.
Yeah, but what was the first thing we wanted to talk about?
Oh, the fact that she demoted her sister to...
Yes, that's what you feel passionately about.
I feel so passionately about this. I actually paused the show and I called my sister when it went down. Because if you have a sister, you get it.
Well, if you have a sibling, you get it.
Yeah.
If you're close with your sibling, it
Yes.
doesn't matter if it's your sister or your brother. If you're like, hey, I don't want you to be my best man because I'm going to have my
future
in-law be that so she feels like we're closer. I'd be like, well, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm actually
and I'm not even going to go to the wedding now.
I'm going to be laughing, but it's not going to be in your face. It's going to be on your grave because I'm going to have murdered you because you're dead to me now. Oh my God, it was so upsetting for me to watch.
I know, you talked about it for a long time.
I'm still
talking
about it because the reality is I get the politics of it all, but that's your sister. And then on top of it, I was like, okay, you know, she's a bridesmaid now, right? Like she's been demoted from maid of honor to bridesmaid, like whatever. The wedding scene happens. She's in a pew. She's sitting in a pew with the rest of the guests. She didn't even stand up there with her, which I was like, the balls on that chick. Oh my gosh.
The disrespect.
The disrespect is actually... So yeah, the sister thing was the thing that I was most upset about. Obviously, it's personal to me. But I think the thing you were most upset about was the fact that they're not moving out of that Tribeca loft.
The biggest hurdle right now in their relationship is the paparazzi. And let's just call it what it is. The Kennedys have a ton of money. Yet he's choosing to live in a Tribeca loft with no fucking security. Go to like Fifth Avenue or go by like Central Park in a $10 million condo at the time and have security.
No, it's whack because he comes home and she's obviously a hot mess on the floor and she's crying and she's devastated and he's like, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know. It's like literally anything. Literally do anything. You are living in the apartment that you're living with your ex-girlfriend. You don't even have a freaking doorman. You're telling me there was no solution to this problem. How attached were they to this Tribeca loft? Like, oh my God.
Do you know what I would have done? I would have hired paparazzi. I would have hired a crew of paparazzi to paparazzi the paparazzi.
Right.
And what do you mean? I think it's a great idea.
So it's not the photo taking that's the problem. It's the photo releasing. And no one's going to release photos of paparazzi taking photos of paparazzi.
No, it's the photo taking that's the problem. Every time she steps outside, it's like, ah.
Yeah, but then they post and they're like, oh, she's a head.
Yeah,
like,
and then I would be posting. I would turn George into a magazine where I would just be tearing apart. I'd be like, John C., the paparazzi guy, is literally cheating on his wife. And I would just make up a bunch of shit on them.
Okay.
And then be like, all right, we're going to war right now.
Okay, I like it.
And then the paparazzi would become famous and they would be happy about it.
That's kind of very like ahead of the times too, because it's very social media-esque.
Well, currently we're in the time that's ahead, so it's easy to say now.
hindsight is 2020.
Thank you,
That's
thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank you.
But I do feel like the show is kind of low-key a slam piece on JFK Jr. and also Daryl Hannah. Poor girl's catching strays.
I think it's pretty insane that we could release a show about people that dead or alive and kind of narrate their lives in an untrue way.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's just like, that's fine.
Daryl Hannah's like, I wasn't throwing parties, and
Yeah.
and Love Story's like, yeah, you were.
No, Daryl
You
Hannah.
were throwing parties.
Yeah. And you also are trash, is what the show's trying to say.
Yeah.
No, she was like a massive movie star. I mean, she was in like Kill Bill and Splash, and she was gorgeous and successful. And they make her look like so thirsty. And then they make Carolyn Bessette look dynamic and gorgeous and intelligent, which I would imagine she was all these things. And then they make JFK Jr. look like the fucking loser that ruined her life.
Yeah, they play him off like he's like a dumb high schooler.
Yeah.
And it's like he definitely wasn't that. But
Yeah. But we'll never know.
speaking of
dumb high school losers. What a transition.
now let's get into
Dad talk?
dad talk, Mormon Wives of it all.
Yeah.
A lot of things are happening in real time right now.
A lot of things are happening right now today while we're recording this. So keep that in mind. I'm sure a lot is going to keep coming out over the next few days.
We watched the first 4 episodes.
Yes, we're 4 episodes deep. I mean, I feel like I've watched the season because there's so much online about it right now, but don't worry, I'll still be tuning into those final 6. Honestly, I love watching Mormon Wives. I really do. It brings me a lot of joy.
Dad talk. I don't know. I know people are mad about dad talk. I think the guys need to be part of the show to an extent, but the show got picked up for mom talk, not dad talk. So I get why the audience is like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to see these guys creating dad talk anymore. It's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, and I would argue that the show's maybe doing it on purpose. They had Whitney the first season or 2 kind of as their quote unquote villain. Then they had Demi.
What do you think about Demi not being there for interviews? I actually like it. I think it's entertaining.
I like the way they've edited it.
Yeah.
They've made it funny and entertaining that she didn't show up.
I also think it's for reality TV, on Demi's part, that's a very interesting move. Because
because interviews are basically where you get to tell your side of the story fully uninterrupted. So it's a bold move. It's a risky move to not do interviews.
Yeah, but I also think it's, right now, I kind of think it's helping her.
Well, I think part of the reason she's not doing interviews is because on Mormon Wives, I believe they record all their interviews post-season, and she has stopped filming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think it was she was I'm going to film this season and then just not do interviews. I think she was no, I'm not filming, period, and then didn't return for interviews. But what I was going to say is I think Dad Talk they're making Dad Talk the villain of the season. I think they knew people weren't going to respond well to this, and you need someone to kind of hate on with a show like this. And I think they're dads, step up. You want to be part of this? Lay down.
I like the interview. Well, I mean, that's all we've ever done. But doing a reality show like The Bachelor and interviewing in real time, I kind of find it essential to the show. Because when you go back and you narrate, I mean, you know the outcome, and it kind of does take you out of how you're actually feeling in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know any different because we've only ever done in the moment interviews, which for people listening, basically you'll be in a massive fight. The fight will end, and then they will pull you into interview immediately. So you're getting raw emotion. You're getting exactly what that person is thinking in the moment. There's no ability to have hindsight or kind of reshape your story. That is what you're feeling and thinking in the heat of the moment. Whereas I think most, if not all, Bravo shows, and then also Mormon Wives, they film the whole season, and then they bring them back in for interviews at the end. Why were Demi and Brett singing in this episode?
What a wild thing to do on TV. I mean, so many reality people, just get in the studio and start singing.
Just get in the studio.
But at least then we know, they're trying to record something. I think it was for I think it was like supposed to be therapeutic for them. That's
Stop
how I
it.
read it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's how you read it?
Yeah.
What was crazy to me is they cut out Macy's entire book tour, but left in True Colors with no context of what it was about. Oh no.
It just is such a.
I just wanted context. Like, are they trying to launch a music career? Is it just meant to be for fun? Like, I needed the why answer.
I just hate that song. Like, to me, that song is so depressing. I just feel like I'm sitting in a cold dentist office where they're playing that song on low on like 90s FM, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's also like, why that song?
And she was like, to him, she was like, nope, your pitch, nope, this. I actually watched it and I was like, this is what I do to Serena when we're reading ads.
If you guys are wondering what it looks like when Joe and I are podcasting and reading ads, I'm Brett, just a helpless victim, and Joe is Abby Lee Miller telling me we're not leaving until the routine is clean.
Who's Abby Lee Miller?
Abby Lee Miller is the dance teacher from Dance Moms.
Oh, I never watched Dance Moms.
Oh, you missed out on a cultural moment. Can you sing True Colors for me? Give me a verse.
There's certain things in life that I refuse to do.
Certain things, there's so many things.
There's so many things I refuse to do. Singing is, I can't sing.
Yeah.
I see your true colors. That's how I would do it. You want to sing?
No, I don't want to sing.
Come on.
I'm scared.
Belt it out. Belt it
No,
out. I dare you. If you do, I will. And that's a wrap.
Okay, let's get back on track here. So, yeah, the dad talk takeover, but it is, I feel like, toning down as the season goes on. At least into episode 4 it is.
Yeah, let's Taylor, Frankie, Paul, Dakota. So watching, all right, so obviously all the domestic charges are dropping. We don't know what really is going on, but to kind of, like that, those are all serious allegations, and there's children involved, so it is like it's worrisome for both people involved and everyone involved. But like taking that away, just like in, I think it was episode 2 or 3, where Dakota sleeps with somebody in the villa and Taylor's so mad, but simultaneously she's already agreed to be the Bachelorette, which she leaves for in a month. She has a guy over at her house that she's casually dating, and she's like, oh, he's such a scumbag. He's slept with somebody on TV. Yet, as the Bachelorette, you at least are going to have the opportunity to sleep with someone in the fantasy suites, which is going to be on TV. So is there something a part of the Dakota, Taylor, Frankie, Paul agreement, or like that, or she's like clearly not over him?
The dynamics of that relationship are ever changing and always confusing to me. The way she's responding to Dakota sleeping with someone in the villa comes across like he's cheated on her. Yeah. However, we know that they are not together. We know that in a month she's going on a show to ideally get engaged to someone else. So it's just a mess. It's just really messy. I don't know what the agreement is. I don't know what the boundaries are, but it's confusing. I don't really have a problem with her dating casually before she goes on the show, as much as that's like so not aligned with Bachelor Nation's values. But I think these like fun, silly little dates for the show and for her to like warm up, flex those dating muscles are totally fine.
But she did sleep with Dakota before leaving for the Bachelorette, which Bachelor Nation would, if it was, and they probably still are, losing their minds over that.
They are losing their minds.
That is not like...
That is not Bachelor Nation coded.
Like if my cousin Teresa was going on and she was still hooking up with her ex and she was going to be the Bachelorette, I would warn her. I'd be like,
don't ever tell anyone you did this.
Yeah, like stop doing this and don't let anyone know you're doing this, because this is not going to come across well for you. Like this is going to go south. And I know like the show's pushing like it's different this year, but like there's still helicopter dates. Like it's kind of the same.
It's not that different.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah. I just think the Bachelorette, speaking from our experience on the show, going on the show, it is not a place to run away from your ex. It is not a place to get over your ex. And it is not a place to heal any past trauma. If anything, you're developing new traumas on that set. It is really tough. And she, as the lead, is responsible for 30 people's feelings. And she is someone with incredibly big feelings.
Yeah, you need to be, like, honestly, even to go on that show, but to be the lead, you really, in my opinion, if you want it to work, you better be fully ready to date.
Do you think that the season is basically spoiled now because we know that all of this fighting has gone down between Dakota and Taylor post filming The Bachelorette?
I don't think it's good. I think there's going to be a big portion of the audience and they're going to kind of be like,
because I don't like spoilers. Like, I like to go into the Bachelorette seasons being like, I wonder what happens. And now it's hard to wonder what happens because the reality is we know she goes back to Dakota in some sense. Or if she's with someone else, she's still fighting with Dakota.
I mean, I like Taylor Frankie Paul, so I want to watch it. Like,
we're still going to watch.
I think I'm going to watch, but I think knowing a portion of the Bachelor Nation audience, I would say it's not looking good.
No, I've seen some things online and they're pissed. The things that people accept on the Real Housewives of Mormon Wives and the things that people accept as viewers of Bachelor Nation are so different. I mean, like, the slogan for the franchise is basically here for the right reasons. Are you here for the right reasons? And a lot of that comes down to being like, I am here for love. Like, this is my sole focus. I am ready for love. And it's like, I don't know if she was ready considering the way she was acting with Dakota right before and now right after.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the franchise plays this out.
Would you date pre-Bachelorette if you already accepted the role?
If I was a month out?
Yeah.
No, I would be sleeping. I'd be sleeping as much as I can, and I would be drinking a lot of water.
Yeah. I mean, to give her a little bit of grace in the situation, she's never done the show.
She's never done the show, but also she's filming another show the month before she goes. She can't just spend the month, like, chilling out. She has a responsibility to the Mormon Wives show to also, like, show up and produce content. I really don't think she's dating these guys seriously. But I think the more concerning thing is the relationship with Dakota than her with this random TikTok musician.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just laughing because, like, I'm just laughing because all of this craziness is unfolding right around the same time that they just released that 22-minute Bachelorette teaser episode with, like, all of the bachelorettes in these red tracksuits.
Yeah, it's like
welcoming
it's
her
like,
to the sisterhood.
It's giving, like, Martha Stewart, like, very home, like, very wholesome, like, we're a
family, we are sisters.
Yeah, honestly, it's giving a little bit of it's giving the Mormon Church.
It's giving a little Mormon Church.
It's the Mormon Church. Yeah, I think that was fine. I think they could have just cut that. Like, it was very much a bunch of recaps from old seasons. Like, I feel like they could have made that like 10 minutes, threw it on top of the first episode, and boom.
Yeah, it was a lot of recapping past seasons versus more, like, it was less about Taylor, more about honoring the past bachelorettes, I would say. But yeah, the juxtaposition of that episode versus the news dropping this week is crazy. But it's all unfolding. I feel like there's just going to be more and more coming out. They haven't been filming. Like, they've literally stopped filming. So I guarantee more is going to be coming out.
Going on to a lighter show.
Yeah, let's switch to something lighter. Let's switch out of. Oh wait, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I wanted to say one thing about it, but
say it.
No, I was.
Say what you want to say, Serena.
Oh my God.
Speak
okay,
your mind.
thank you.
Speak your mind.
The only thing I'll say about the audience's reaction to the domestic violence allegations is it is interesting to me that they were so on board with Taylor Frankie Paul, and now they're turning on her so quickly. And it's kind of like she already had a domestic violence charge and they were okay with it. And now that these new allegations have come out, they're like, and we're done. And that's where we draw the line. Cancel the season. We're done. And it's like, but you guys knew her history.
Okay, but sometimes you hope history doesn't repeat itself.
Oh my God, that's so true.
And you're probably like, okay, it happened. It was 4 or 5 years. It was a couple years ago. Like, she's done some work on herself. Right. She's grown. Like,
yeah.
It's
giving like,
it was a mistake.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Yeah. So, going on to a lighter note, Summer House,
the Hamptons, the summer.
Yeah.
Honestly, everything going down on Mom Talk makes the Kyle and Amanda drama look light.
Yeah, I think, how do we feel about Jesse asking Wes if he could kiss his ex?
I mean, as a girl, you would never catch me dead doing that.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
What if your friend moved on?
No, I would never.
I don't believe
never. You don't believe me?
No.
Oh my gosh, I'm taking that as a personal insult to my character.
So you would never, I mean, obviously we're married, but if you were single, you would never kiss one of your ex's exes.
Wait.
I mean, one of your friend's exes.
Oh, no, I would never.
Really?
I would never. And I can tell you right now, any of my girlfriends, like.
What if they moved on, they were married to someone else?
No, I wouldn't. Because here's the thing, like, I think it's more complicated in this situation because Jesse and Sierra have a friendship. Like, Jesse and Wes are friends to, like, what extent? We don't really know. And then Wes and Sierra are exes, and then Sierra and Jesse are, like, flirty friends. No, I just wouldn't do it. Because what purpose does that serve? Like, just for, like, a fun, sexy makeout? Like, you can find anyone to do that at the bar.
Well, I think Jesse was personally watching it. I think Jesse is catching feelings for Sierra and wanted to present it in, like, I'm a guy, like, locker room talk, like, I'm just going to kiss her type of thing. But I think in Jesse's head, he wants to see where it could potentially go.
You think he was presenting it as silly, but he actually had feelings.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think he would have been better off being vulnerable then and being like, hey, I'm developing some feelings.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Oh my God, is it ever? You asked the most profound question I've ever heard when we were watching the show. Do you remember what it was?
No.
You said, Jesse and Wes are friends in the summer. But what I want to know is, are they friends in the winter?
Wow. I did ask that. Yeah, it's true, though.
Chills.
It's true.
Chills. It is a good question. It's valid.
Because if you're just TV friends, then that relationship isn't that strong. And if you are catching feelings for Sierra, then why wouldn't you go for it? But he screwed it up. So
yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I feel like this has kind of reopened the door with the Sierra and Wes narrative of it all. So we'll see how it plays out. Yeah. Never-ending messiness. I think the only other drama from Summer House this week was Ben yelling at Bailey, which people on the internet are real pissed about. Kind of fairly so. He went in on her really hard, and I felt for her.
Yeah, I like her too.
Yeah, she's really growing on me.
I think she's a good addition. She's pretty vulnerable, which grows on people, and you get to actually see who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he was like really mad about it, which when you're really mad about something, usually there's a little bit of truth in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he could have, like, obviously the joke didn't land. It was a bad joke, but I think he could have just, like, laughed it off.
Yeah, and I felt for her because we've all been there where you're, like, in a group of friends and, like, you're kind of on the outs. Like, she's clearly new to this group. They're all close, and she tried to make a joke about something that already was being joked about, it sounds like. Her joke didn't land. Look, like, I don't think it was as much about who was saying it. I think it was more about the delivery of the joke, and she just didn't quite stick the landing of the joke. So it was awkward, you know? And yeah. I think the person that suffers the most in that moment is the person that made the joke and now has to sit there and be like, damn, I just made a bad joke and now I'm really embarrassed.
I would go home.
Oh my gosh.
I understand when she's like, I'm not going out. Like,
no, I'm in the car and I'm driving home and I'm saying, thanks for the summer, guys. I won't be back because
I'm actually off this show now.
I quit. Yeah. I quit. I can't handle this. I can't handle the pressure. But yeah, I think he went in on her a little hard. I mean, who knows? Maybe they've been drinking all day and like emotions were heightened. I think she handled it well. Like, you know, she took accountability. She apologized. I think like the highlight of the episode was that Cartier watch. If you're looking for any gift ideas for me, I
got you a Cartier necklace for our anniversary.
You did. Love is Blind reunion. It was a little bit ago now, but I mean,
this is all I have to say about Love is Blind.
Okay, I'm locked in.
I hate what Love is Blind does to me as a person. It takes me back to when I was a kid watching American Idol, and I used to be a hater where I was like, "Oh, fuck you, Paula Abdul!" like that is not true. That person sucked. And I remember as a kid being like, I need to like whatever that part of me is, that hater part of me, kill that immediately. And Love is Blind, for whatever reason, is the show that brings that out of me. I like hate watch it, and I don't like that.
No, it does make you a hater. Like, we'll never be doing live viewing parties of Love is Blind because you literally get so angry watching it.
Yeah, I say shit that like I couldn't say. I'm like, I will get canceled for that.
Every year you're like, why do you make me watch this?
I know.
I love it. I think it's so fun.
They have, I mean, I know you love it. It's
You know what was crazy when we were watching the reunion? At the very end of it, a musical act comes out and I go to turn it off. You go, no, leave it on. And I was like, what? Okay. And then about 2 minutes later, you go, turn it off. Like, turn this off. I don't want to watch
Well,
this.
because I wanted to see how this was going to go down. I can't believe they're dropping musical acts on the finale.
Well, one year they had like a basketball game happen.
That was, I actually enjoyed that. That was Chris Paul. That was cool.
They haven't nailed their finale format, in my opinion. They're ever changing, and they just like, it hasn't really stuck yet.
They got two villains. The two villains both handle it differently.
Yeah, we had Chris, who was apologizing to Jessica and Connor. And then we had Alex, who was apologizing to absolutely no one. But he was fighting with Ashley.
You know, I think that goes to show you, like, you see both of them kind of take two different routes. And I think the audience is still like,
we hate you
both.
both. Yeah.
we still hate both of you. I think the biggest thing with apologizing to somebody that you did wrong on reality TV is, and I don't know what happened, but it's apologizing off air before the reunion, because if you don't do that, the person's going to just call you out and be like, well, you feel bad now because everybody hates you and you want to make amends for what you did. But the truth is, you didn't say shit to me for fucking 4 months.
I agree. I think that would have been maybe the only thing Chris could have done differently, would have been proactively apologizing, or at least maybe he tried to, like, we don't know, but trying to either like sit down, phone call, something to Jessica and Connor. Otherwise, I actually thought, look, like, he came across not well on the show. There's only so much this guy can do to save face. He took it seriously. He took accountability. Nick Lachey was actually ripping into him, it felt like. He was like, and you are going to apologize right now.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Lachey is actually fun to watch. I like, weren't people hating them for a long time?
Yeah, they've grown. They've come a long way.
No, he was like, you better show accountability. You better say more than I'm sorry. I feel
like even Vanessa was looking at him being like, okay.
You know, it's his hometown. He felt passionately.
You're right. He said, you're representing my hometown.
Yes, this is Ohio. And you cut your hair too, because it's too long again.
And then Alex took a totally different approach. He said, I meant everything I said. And Ashley, you just don't get it, girl.
Yeah, that relationship was just never going to work from the jump.
No, and the reality is, Chris just had to take accountability for his behavior, his actions. Alex would have to acknowledge some like facets of his personality that he just wasn't going to be doing right now on this show.
No.
But you know what was interesting? Did anyone like stand up for him? He's like living with Devontae. Devontae wasn't like, that's my man.
I think it's been I think that show aired or films, and then it's like so long. I think it's like a year. Or potentially more till the reunion. So I think like people just fucking move on. It's like you're like, yeah, I've already lived a year
of my life.
Yeah, I mean, Devontae has
a baby on the way.
he's engaged. He's like, I'm actually engaged with a baby.
That was crazy too, the way he dropped that.
That was nuts.
That whole situation was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I know some people hate the Love is Blind reunions, but they always kind of give me at least like a little bit of what I'm looking for, which is the only good thing about waiting for a year is like stuff's gone down still, because they all live in the same town. That's what's crazy. It's not like The Bachelor where you all fly back home. You all are at the same bars together for a year.
Well, I mean, kind of.
How big's Ohio?
I mean, big. I mean, it's still big. It's a state.
Oh.
You know, like some could live in Cincinnati, some could live in Cleveland. It would be like
Ohio's a state?
Yes.
Guys, I'm from Canada, okay? I'm from
Please
Canada.
put a disclaimer.
I'm from Canada, okay? I'm still learning the states.
Yeah. So so how this works is there's states and there's cities.
You know, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, no?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me save face on this one. Don't give me that kind of education here and now. Let's close it out with Survivor because we just watched it last night.
Okay, so this is the first time I'm watching. So you've seen Survivor
I've seen it. We actually called my parents last night to help explain like some of the rules and stuff of Survivor to Joe because it's his first time. And it is kind of probably hard to jump in at season 50.
I love this show.
I'm so happy.
I love the show when it's on. I'm like, it is like my break. I feel like it's a break from reality TV. Yes. I like the people because they're so different than any of these shows that we watch. Like realistically, Love is Blind, Mormon Wives, Bachelor, all of them. They're all the people at Love Island. They're all different, but it's all kind of like the same shit. Where Survivor, I'm like, I like watching these people. This is so much more entertaining to me. It's like very fun.
And like if Stephanie on Survivor is calling her ex-boyfriend / baby daddy at 2 a.m. 150 times, we don't know about it. And I'm okay with that on Survivor. I don't want to know about it. I just want to see if they got the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol and who won Tribal Council and yada, yada, yada.
Okay. Before we close this podcast out, let's talk about that because that article did come out. Because Taylor calling, we don't know if it's true, but if it is, 150 times in 90 minutes is a lot of time.
What would you do if I did that to you?
I would probably reach out to my friends that have gotten divorced.
Oh my God.
And I wouldn't necessarily I get it. I wouldn't necessarily divorce you from it. Well, first of all, I would make sure like it would make like if there was like if you were like in the closet and there was a murder in the house, I get it. If this is like you're just pissed about something and you call me 150 times in 90 minutes, yeah, I would talk to my friends, my divorcee friends, and
what, get a lawyer?
Not a lawyer, but just be like,
I don't know why I'm so scared. Like I would never do that.
Can you at least like walk me through the beginning stages? because there's a chance that I'm getting divorced.
I actually have some friends who would do it too.
I mean, listen, I mean, it happens, but I think like if it's true and it's 150, I think like stop at 42.
I'm surprised that the phone companies haven't found a way to be like, and you can only do so many calls in a certain window of time.
As long as you're under 50, you could somehow talk yourself out.
That's
of
the
it.
number.
Yeah.
50, we can look past it. But 51, divorce lawyer, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I might just ignore it. I might just be like, let's just pretend that didn't happen. We'll just give you a free pass on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I could see
like,
that too.
I'm just gonna tell myself it was like a crazy butt dial situation and like move on.
What would be your excuse if you did it the next day? Would you just straight up own up to it, or would you be
if I did it, I would hide my phone somewhere and be like, it wasn't me. I'd be like, I lost my phone. It wasn't me.
I would say that like our son had my phone.
Yeah.
Done.
Our unborn, non-existent son.
Well, our son. Yeah, I'm saying if I was Taylor Frankie, probably.
Oh yeah, you'd be like, oh my God, our kid had the phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
Or I would just be like, yeah. Or I would say, yeah, I lost my phone. I would get rid of the phone.
I get rid of the phone immediately. Get rid of the evidence. Deny. Is Billie Eilish a fan of Survivor? Is that why she's part of it? I feel like that's so off brand for her.
The song, TV.
What?
She talks about it in the song. She sings about it. I put on Survivor just to watch some people suffer.
Oh my gosh. I love that you know that.
I think Billie Eilish has just an incredible voice.
She does.
When I hear her songs, I'm like, Billie Eilish she's my number one.
She's an amazing species.
When it comes, she's an amazing, yeah, man. Her voice is incredible. Just incredible. I would go see her in concert.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. If anyone wants to send us to Billie Eilish.
I mean, we can send ourselves.
Yeah, we
don't
can send
always
ourselves.
have to be like, yo, Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King, Billie Eilish, hit us up. All right, well, this has been fun, Joe.
How do you feel?
I had so much fun.
You happy with our second episode, or you want to redo it?
Oh my gosh.
Guys, make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
And follow us on Not Married to This Pod on Instagram, Not Married to This on TikTok, and you can watch all of this on YouTube if you want to feel like you're in the studio with us hanging out. We love chatting with you guys.
Bye.
Bye.